Hello, I'm François. Today we're gonna deep dive into the famous phase-out process. This period starts just before the owner will get back his own boat. To guide us in this process, we're gonna meet Anthony from Dream Yacht Charter. So, what's the program today, Anthony?
Today the program is visiting and inspecting a really nice Bali 4.6 that you know perfectly well.
Boats.
Yeah, the charter management period is over right now. So the last charter was 2 weeks ago in October.
So it enters now in the famous phasing out program.
Yeah, exactly. So during the November, we're gonna proceed to a maintenance period.
Okay.
So we will check everything on the boat, every technical aspect. We will complete the inventory of the safety equipment, things like this.
Do it means that you're gonna put the boat in a new boat condition again?
No, that's not what I said. The contract says that we have to provide the owner with a seaworthy boat.
What do you mean by seaworthy?
Every technical equipment has been revised, is reliable. All the safety equipment is present and also, in service. And if the owner decided to cross the Atlantic or move to another marina, he can do it very easily and in safety.
Okay, so the mission of this phasing out procedure is to deliver a boat which is ready to sail by his own needs, anywhere, anytime. It's not new, but it's technically ready to leave when finished.
Exactly.
Anthony, tell me a bit about the timeline. Is it a short and quick process, or does it start earlier?
No, it's not a short one because we contact the owners one year before the end of the contract to know what are their projects. So if they want to cross the Atlantic, or if they want to keep the boat under charter management, or if they want to sell the boat. So if the project is not clear enough, 6 months before, we will also reach them to have a better, more precise view of what they want to do. So when the boat stops the charter, end of October in Med, then we keep the boat for 4 weeks of maintenance, phase-out maintenance. And then the base manager will contact the owner to set a date when the owner will come, or the surveyor, to inspect the boat. Okay,
because the owner can organize for sure a survey at his own costs.
Yeah.
And then the base manager take the end and organize the final lap, if I can say.
Exactly. Yeah. Many owners choose or mandate a professional surveyor because they don't have time enough, or they don't have the knowledge to inspect the boat. And once they get the report, we can sign the handover form.
The handover form, which is the end of the initial contract?
The end of the first chapter, and the story will tell us if we keep the boat or not.
I've been told that you have owners there and the boats under management for 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. We have here 2 monohulls. 2 of them are almost 10 years old, and so we are very proud of this, because this is the best trust we can have, best symbol we can share to make people happy and trust our company.
Because in that case, the boat gets through a phase out and gets into a management period again.
Yeah, exactly. We are starting a new contract, a performance contract, and so it can last for 4 years.
Forever.
Yeah. So here you can see the work that we are doing right now. I mean, inspecting the rudder, and changing the bearing if needed.
Okay, in that case the bearing is being changed? Yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
We also cleaning all the sail drive to clear all the water intake.
Okay, the anode will be changed, I think.
Will be changed on this one. Yeah, we're also controlling that the propeller are in a correct condition.
The play, you mean?
Yeah, on this one.
This kind of play, yeah.
This one is optional propeller.
Folding propeller, yeah, gory.
Yeah. So we are not doing a new anti-fouling, but we will repair all the gel coat scratches, impact. Okay, so the boat will be not new again, but with a nice appearance. Okay,
so it's the anti-fouling for the last season, from the last season.
Exactly, this one is from the last season.
Okay.
Remember that we have a diver who inspects the boat
each time.
Every week.
Every week.
We have a photographic history of every week during the season.
Every week, every boat?
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't have any surprises regarding underneath the structure.
Exactly.
And you also look at the emergency hatches. And they are probably also to the anchor again, from this point of view.
So as you can see, the boat can either leave with the owner to sails and cross the Atlantic if he wants to, or be ready for the next charter season.
If he signs again.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, Anthony, let's start with the motor, a big an important part of equipment. Motors keep you safe, motors brings you home, so they are important. Those boats are chartered.
Yeah, exactly, François. These boats are chartered between 20 to 25 times per year, so 25 weeks per year. And before and after each charter, we inspect the engine, all the important parts, either with the client or the owner, or after we are alone and we check everything. One technician is in the engine room, and one diver is also inspecting underneath the
boat.
Yeah.
Okay, and I've also been told that during this special phase-out procedure, there is a kind of dedicated checklist regarding engine room. Shall we have a look, a detailed look?
Yeah, of course, we will have a look. And yes, you're right, we have a specific maintenance process with a dedicated part to the engine. So let's go and I will show you what's going on.
So we're gonna have a deeper look. There's a few things, in my opinion, to look in an engine room or on the motor. Corrosion state of the overall equipment, which is on that boat very good. Piping and hosing. All the pipes shall be fitted with hose clamps in good state, and the pipes shall be fixed, not to chafe anywhere. Another important feature is the state of the bilge pump over there, because the bilge pump keeps the boat afloat. Electrical connections are also very important, because 95% of electrical issues are related to connections. Yeah. So connection shall be tightly fixed. Then after this we shall look after the levels. Engine oil level, then the level is done, the oil is clean. Now let's have a look at the gearbox level and state. Gearbox state oil is important because some seawater can enter into the sail drive, and so the oil changes of state, becoming a kind of mayonnaise, a mixture between seawater and oil, and that's absolutely not the case in that boat. Let's have a look to the batteries. A very important piece of equipment. All comfort relies on batteries. Tell me, Anthony, how is it with battery changing? Are you sometimes changing the battery packs during the operational charter life of your yachts?
Of course we do, François, depending on the kind of the boat, monohull or catamaran, depending also of the battery type, I mean gel or...
Last longer.
Yeah, exactly. So I would say that at least we are changing battery one time during the charter program, but we are also testing the batteries every year.
During winter?
During winter, and so if needed, we change the batteries, of course, and we will respect the technology, the kind of battery, and we will change all the
pack,
exactly.
not just one.
No,
you change everything, yeah, to keep it homogeneous and
exactly.
in working condition.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Every winter, we also check the validity period
Of the inspection dates?
Yeah, exactly. So this one will have to be inspected at the end of the year.
And
so
when you deliver the boat after the phase out, all the safety equipment and gear is ready for use and has been inspected and is ready to be sailed.
Exactly.
Let's have a look to safety equipment, which are important parts of gears when things are going harder. What are you looking for?
We are looking for the expiry date. Every single element have to be good for the service.
On the life vest?
On the life vest, but also signal and flares.
On the flares?
As well as the life raft, of course. So we are also completing, if needed, the inventory. Here you have the toolbox, the foghorn, the mast chair. So everything has to be completed, and also according to the regulation of the state where the boat is registered. Generator, so one additional engine. So we take care of the genset as well as the main engine. So we will do the old service, change the filters if needed, and control every technical aspect of this appliance. I mean, electrical connection,
piping,
everything. Yeah.
Okay, and this genset also powers air conditioning?
Yeah, that's right. So we will inspect, clean and check all the air conditioning system in every cabin, or the water pump, as well as the water maker, for example.
Yeah, because air conditioning and water maker are also included in what you call the seaworthiness.
Of course, yeah.
Okay. Let's have a look now to the standing rigging. So what we are looking for is any default in the chain plates, turnbuckles, cables, buckles on the mast. Later we're gonna climb on the mast chair. And Anthony, what are the controls you are making during for the phase out and during the charter?
Yeah, so
operations?
Controls are weekly done. After each charter, we inspect the visual aspect.
Yeah, like we do?
Yeah, exactly, to see if there is no damage
Okay.
on the rigging. Every winter, we also check the tension.
The tension?
Yeah,
with a tensioner tool?
Yeah, we have a tensioner tool.
In-house?
Exactly, so our own team is checking the tension, but
Okay.
regularly the insurance company is requesting some professional, external control.
Yeah.
So provided by a professional company here in Propriano.
So this standing rigging has been controlled one or twice a year, every year,
Exactly.
plus all the controls during the season.
Exactly, and at the very end, during the phase-out maintenance, because we want to be sure to deliver a boat with
which is seaworthy.
Exactly.
Yeah, we will have to detail this later.
And with a safety an equipment
Able to take sea immediately.
Exactly.
Let's have a look now to the windlass.
Okay. Yeah, François, let's have a look to the anchoring room.
Okay,
so
the windlass?
The windlass is here, 1,500 watt unit.
Quick windlass, yeah.
Yes, with a 20 kilo anchor linked by 60 meters chain. So let's maneuver the windlass.
Chain is in good condition, as well as swivel, all plates.
So This is a single-speed winch. So you can see that everything is in good condition. The reef line also.
Yeah.
The main sail yard.
When it comes to wear and tear, Anthony, I've understood that it's not a refit. You do not deliver the boat as new?
No, the boat has been chartered for 5 years and a half, so it's also logical and normal that he has some wear and tear signs. So we will do our maximum to deliver a boat with all the equipment, all the inventory completed, all the equipment working properly. We will not go into aesthetics or cosmetics part.
And during this part, which is included in wear and tear, normal wear and tear, can you give me some example about what is normal wear and tear?
Normal wear and tear will be the scratches that you can see on the table or on the floor. So this is normal wear and tear. In the contrary, if the mainsail is completely torn, we will change it. If the dinghy is also flat, we will change it. If a deck hatch need to be repaired or changed, we will do it before delivering the boat.
Okay, but if there are stains on the cushions, that's normal wear and tear.
Exactly.
Thanks for all, Anthony.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoyed this moment and you learned some useful information from our business and our day-to-day job.
That was very interesting, a lot of insights. And for everyone at home, if you want more information or more details, please contact your local Dream Yacht sales rep. Goodbye.
Goodbye.